Greetings, Earth. Back with another video. Gonna speak Portuguese, English now. You can stay if you were about to leave. You can stay. I doubt that anyone in the United States might watch my videos. Only for gossip purposes. I think the only one is missing is you. It's very unique, a guy like me speaking English, and in the conversation, I don't think you're gonna find something like this anywhere in the world, like nowhere in the world. So anyways, what can we say about the internet or the United States? Boring, non-profit, silly argument about fake government, because for me they're fake governments. They help me. They keep, a little bit, like 1% of help, but most of it's neglect. I see now that they do what they do so that we students study and then they can hack what we study. We call something in Portuguese, it's called resume. R-E-S-U-M-E. Resume. It's when you take something that you read on a book. If you don't mind me being like an Italian, using my hands, I prefer like this. It will give more intensity to my video as I'm trying to become rich out of like cents that I might make in the videos. I doubt it I might become rich. Hopefully, who knows? Resume is when you read a book and then you extract from the book the most important things. You get the silly things out, or the things that you won't need it. You get the shortcuts and then you make the resume and then you give it to whoever gave you the book, your boss, or whatever, your teacher, whatever. That's resume. So that's what politics do to us. In my case was more different. I see now the world is trying to have a reaction on each and every one of us. For example, this movement right here. They ask a question mentally and thought-provoking ways. Then, let's say I just recitate, and then I swallow like this. In their mind, in their dirty minds, in their evil mind, I'm not speaking the truth. In their concept of like organized crime, world organized crime, bank fraud, state scams, cyber scams, and so on, for them, they understand that this is a lie. Or like this. Sometimes I'm just recitating, but for them is this. I see now that the United States and Brazil, principally, their main purpose because we all look for the purpose of life, myself as well, but this people's purpose of life was to molest children in the past and then watch them growing and then create state frauds by accusing children. And not children, but as in their adulthoods. Sometimes I make research on myself when I'm not studying what I'm trying to get, like a plan C to make a living somewhere in the world, very far away from this pothole of fake people. But when I'm not doing this, I'm like researching what really happened. And then I see that there was a lot of famous men that became women. And then I can tell that mankind pressure men to give up on manhood and give up on their masculinity. Some men, I noticed there's so many cases of homosexuals, different type of ways. There is the politics woman. There is men that didn't make it and became really angry and then said, you know what, I'm gonna make as a woman, and then he gave up. There is men that were born that way because the hormones that there was living inside their bodies, they couldn't understand, so they answered more towards the feminine side of themselves. Others were tricked by society. Others were pressured in school, bullied, and some of them were fooled by boys that made them believe that if they didn't give up, they would not make it, and so on. In order for you to make as a man in this planet, in my own personal opinion, I think you have to think of Connor, the barber, like Connor, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that movie Connor, when they come in him and they kill his family right in front of him, and he have the task to come back and free his family's name. You gotta think of that guy when you wanna be a man. Mankind are nasty. Mankind, you find all kinds of men. Men are like art, just like women. Men, you can find men that are talents, men that are this, that are that, they are kind, they're liars, they are thieves, they are rapers, they are child molesters, they are women violent lovers, so on. Excuse me. But if you notice that there is a difference on the timeline. Men from back in the day, they had like they had a thing on themselves, like about music. They had more about honor. They were checking more out people's. They were checking people out, checking people's clothes out. They were checking people's clothes. They were noticing more women clothes, and if they were showing more their breasts, or if they were like, showing some skins, if they were wearing a tie or not. Now it's all crazy. It's all whatever. Back in the days, they had like a bunch of different ways of like, their hairstyle and this and this and that, and they had all kinds of things that they used to notice and pay more attention and try to lecture. But you see the men now these days, they are like animals. They are literally like animals. They all have a groups. They are separated on DNAs because they didn't tell us that they were going to do that. Otherwise, I would have positioned myself in guns as well, very far away from them. They separate themselves in DNAs because most of them, they skipped school and they do not want to do the homework or the tasks that each of one of us should have at home with women or our family or our siblings or friends, or go to a dinner with men and make entrepreneurship. They do not know those things. They do not want to do those things. Women teach them. It's like this. Meanwhile, women are taking those business for themselves. And then men want, okay, she's just going to run the business, I'm just going to run her. And that's unfortunate for most of guys. For example, myself, I was bullied in school. I was blocked from achieving a career. Now every time I try to get a job or anything like that, I get boycott. So where am I gonna look for jobs? The internet. It's a space full of goodies and full of things, but savages and evil people are breaking the internet, and we are not making money anymore. You can, if you're in the United States, you won't be just by yourself one day. The first day you put an ad saying that you need a job, you'll be hired in the very day that you put an ad in that. The United States is like this. Say, I'm unemployed, I need a job. They were like, okay, I got a labor for you. Paint this place for me. And they give you a car, they give you a motorcycle. They're like, okay, go on. They just like, just go and just work. That's what they do. In Brazil, it's not like that. They do give jobs and very much opportunities of motorcycles and cars for their tribes and organized crime of theirs, which are compose their families and their future. It's called MC. They have MC. I don't want to break their flow. I think that if they succeed, good for them. I don't know where the hate come from. I don't hate them. I actually like them, and I miss them because I grew up with them. But we don't have friendship. When I miss them much, I kind of socialize with Afro descendants in Brazil, which they're kind of more kind with me. They're kind of more like easy going. They're better speaking. They're better speakers. They don't curse much. They don't do stupid things much. So we kind of like, we bargain with each other until this nightmare passes away. Someday probably will. But there's the MC. They're not gangs. They're just like teenage. They're kids. Sometimes they're fool. They're gonna end up in jail or dead because they're just fool. I don't think they should be that way. But it's like a little stupid war of tools that they kind of like. Oh, it's an army of little kids that they're like, oh, I want to be a drug dealer. I want to be a criminal. And they're like, okay, take this motorcycle. Cut the exhausted and then just drive it like crazy and then do some drugs fast and you were a part of us. And then they don't make any money. They just do chaos, just chaos, 24/7 chaos, and then minding people's business, trying to hack people's thoughts and trying to make it worse. And then graffiti, very bad graffiti, very bad. It's not even graffiti, it's very bad arts, visual art, very bad. Like they do not work with one another. Once in a while they make videos, cute videos. They hire a producer to make a very fancy video and then they put it on the internet. Oh, this is Brazil, wonderful. Everything's so wonderful, everything's so perfect, but it's not really like that. So then what is left for us? We have the internet. I'm trying to crack the internet because I think there's a lot to do with me and there's a lot into it. The United States is like blessing us with material from the past. It's so much. We have like so many options to choose from, but there is blocks that blocks us. Like you can just say, oh, I'm gonna be Elvis Presley and just start singing. No, you have to have a producer. You have to, for example, myself, why I'm not rich yet, because most people that surround me, they're kind of stupid. For example, for me, a guy like me, I have a company. It's not that big. It's just a startup of a bicycle because I thought I could keep on moving with the dreams, with my goals of life. They're still in stage of dreams. And I thought, oh, let me open a small, very tiny little bicycle store and then try to do what my ancestors used to do and make a very cute one that I can like bring the conversation of United States. I don't want to be the main guy. You can be the main guy. There's a lot of parasites on me. You can be the main guy. You can be the news guy. You can be God if you will. I just want you out of my face. I just want you out of my business. I just want you out of my Brazilians and Americans. They are now, they're not now, but they did this 10 years ago. They created a woman for me, and now they make abstract indirections about me and her, which I don't buy anymore. It got old. What is it, Brazil and American? Brazil, it's a tribe that's a country, but it's a tribe still. And there's some people that have a lot of cars, they have fancy stuff, but they still tribes. There's a block, there's a wall. United States rules the world. Russia, there is parts that people are humble, and some of them are very simple, but some of them are into technology and motors and engineers and stuff. But still, America still runs everything. And so there is a block for each and every one of us to shine and to just exist and coexist with the world. United States and Brazil, they're separating men and they're creating a bunch of stereotypes of men. Now men, they are short. This is a mystery I never noticed. Now I'm noticing more. Most short men, they want to be famous, and they are. They are in ONU, ONU. They are like singers. They are in novellas, soap operas. So those men, they have problems with tall guys. I never noticed this because they faked it really well until I lost all my life trying to figure out life. Now I know. Now I see. Before I used to think, look and look, oh, this guy is doing it. It's a prejudice. But then I used to think to myself, justify, like, oh, come on. He's just following up with King David. King David suffered a lot among other people. Then I started notice short man and then bald man. I spoke to my uncle. My uncle always spoke ballsy. He never showed any weakness of his bald head. But now I'm seeing more. Most men. Especially, there's a lot of homosexuals that camouflage into real men, and they're among us, and then they send us thought-provoking, so that as we speak, we confuse ourselves, and then we confuse our thoughts, we confuse our brains, and eventually our cortex will learn and will grow all wrong. And that's what their purpose of sending, constantly shooting us with thought-provokings, so that we grow wrong. You're doing something here as you're trying to record something about your work, or trying to practice to become better on your work, or become the best of what you do in your area, whatever. Satan or homosexuals or children that are mixed with organized crime itself, and so on, governments, even evil people. They send you thought-provokings, and then you're like, okay, I'm mad now. So you stop doing what you were doing, and you start doing something else. So as people are learning about the utopia that you have in your mind, they are making sure that you don't reach it. I know in a few years from now, all Americans will be living under the ground. We're not supposed to talk about. They're going to be living under the ground. Most of the world, to see them, they're only going to see them through videos. It's not going to be as easy as before. The 10 years that I had in the United States, in San Francisco, California, 10 years ago, maybe 10, 20 years ago, was a life simulation. Now I understand things. The puzzle is starting to take place. Now I understand now. Every word that we say has a meaning. Like when you say place, they relate to my ex-wife. When you say any, they relate to blonde women from the movies of the 40s. When you say this, so it's ridiculous that people can allow other idiots, they're idiots, to destroy language. Language is so beautiful. If you start reading a book that it's really consistent, sometimes you start reading a book, you're like, what the heck? What a depressed person. Who wrote this book? But there's books that you start reading from the beginning all the way to the end, you will learn something. Music, for example. When you listen to some stupid music, it's just stupid. It's just like the guy's telling you, like, fuck you. He's all the time. But there is some music that's like, he's speaking. Sometimes he's pissing you off because you know he's not supposed to be saying things that he say, but at least he's teaching you something. He's showing you that the world it isn't the way they're trying to show us to be. The world is very simple. For example, myself, when I was still dreaming that the world was all nice and cute, I thought to myself, I'm gonna do like a broad business, right? And you have to study a little bit of law and do a broad business, like a broad business. I don't know how it's in English, but we call comércios exteriores, abroad. Then every time I would choose a career, some chubby girl would do the same, would show up a chubby girl. I'm like, okay, these people are trying to marry me to a chubby girl, and then they're trying to give a continuation to the drama that went through my family or something. So they keep on trying to bring karma and drama into your life. That's what they're doing. It's like areia movediça, I forgot. That mud that when you step on it, it will swallow you. It's like that. That's what they're trying to do. They're not trying to marry you. Doesn't matter what size the woman is or how high. They're not trying to marry you. They're not trying to make you happy. They're just trying to hypnotize each and every one of us in one position, one square, that you're going to be miserable. You will stop laughing. You will stop smiling. Then eventually disease will kick in. And then you will need a doctor. And then that's when the new generation of evil will come, and they will try to extract everything you know when you're in your deathbed. That's what they're trying to do. They say that you cannot smile because you're not the boss, you're not running anything. And if you say no, I can't smile, and you start smiling, you start laughing, then they will pick on you until your cortex start believing that you cannot smile anymore. Have you seen an Indian how it's like the boy, because he doesn't understand the necessity of smiling or laughing into your life. Some people think that they don't need to sleep. They do not know what sleep causes to the body. People If you tell a smoker, like, stop smoking, man, God said that if I don't tell you, he will kill me. So you will die if you don't tell him that way. That's what the Bible says. Come to a smoker and say, if you do not stop smoking, you will die. And if I don't tell you, I will die. He doesn't understand that. So he would say to you, he would say, no, I'm fine now. I'm fine. I don't want to quit right now. Who are you to tell me to quit? I don't want to quit right now. I'm really fine with my cigarette. He's my best friend. Leave me the heck alone. That's what he's going to say. So, anyways, like I was saying, from now on, let's not try to waste a lot of time talking about fools and stupid people. Let's just try to crack the internet. There's a lot to do. I made a mistake when I was in the United States. I had a friend of mine that came to me and he approached me and he gave me a business. I'm trying to get back to it. There's a lot of business, not just one. There's a lot of apps. There's a lot. I only gonna stop when I walk into my house and be like this, and the lights turn on. When I speak straight to Siri on the wall, when I have like a big old, maybe 60 or 80 inches big old flat TV on my screen, my wall, that's when we should be like, okay, let's stop now. But until then, I don't have a classic old car restored and sit in my garage. I don't have like a Tesla car in my garage. My car, I don't charge my car in the wall yet. You know, you have to think those things and stop helping dummies to waste other people's life. Maybe a guy like you destroying his life, maybe he's the guy that might find out the cure of whatever is going on in your family, or something that bugged you, or he will take some pain from you, just like this, you know. So you destroying people. When I think about Einstein, if he was doing that early, look at that. When you look at the light, today I go research for the light. We're not researching for the discovery of the electricity. We are fighting now because who will discover the electricity to get patents from it? We are arguing who is in the business. Before they used to be like, who made the light bulb? I heard that I can't confirm this, but I heard that the first light bulb never went off. So that's why it's still there in the museum. Then they had to make a light bulb that would break so that people would spend money. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense for them to customize light bulbs for public. A light bulb that doesn't go off, so you have to break it in order for them to make money. There are fights of making metal, making steel, you know. So before was everyone focused on learning, trying to develop things, to create new things for the new generation. We're not going to make it. Like, I don't think we're going to make it. I thought we were going to make it in a time that the cars would be flying. But we have so much pity to deal with, so much stupid. And then when we're almost finishing, the world comes and bring more Indians. They bring more savages. They bring more like criminals, and they keep on bringing stupid people into our lives so that we have to always be doing puzzles that will not pay. I understand now the politics. They get a guy, he's supposed to have a nice, cute family and a very cozy, nice little neighborhood. They take him and put him in the politics. In a matter of 6 months, the man is bald. He's bald, he's old, he looks like 60. He's like in his 30s, but he looks 60. The government, the taxation, have a dream that the taxation. The taxation, you government takes your dream and you